21 years, 3 months, and 23 days. That is how long John Cena was the babyface for. And this past Saturday at Elimination Chamber, John Cena shocked the world by aligning himself with The Rock and becoming a heel. Now, this is a top 3 moment, in my opinion, in the WWE. Not only did this reach every wrestling fan across the globe, it reached people who don't even watch the WWE. And that is how you know something is crazy. Now, some non-wrestling fans did learn about the Bloodline storyline and all of that, but I have seen people all around talking about John Cena like they had no idea he was even wrestling in the WWE or even retiring this year, and they heard about it. Now, I've heard a lot of people comparing this to Hulk Hogan joining the NWO, and I would agree with you, but I would think this is a step above, and you possibly could have seen it coming. I thought it was a possibility, but to be honest with you, I did not think the WWE had the balls to turn John Cena heel, because this has to be perfect. This will either go down as one of the greatest runs of all time, or it will be forgotten about in 5 years. And the reason I say that, John Cena is part-time, and it's been announced, it's been made abundantly clear that he will only work around 30 dates this year, and he's already having a few of those done and over with, because he is filming movies in between this retirement run. The Rock announced that, like, after the Elimination Chamber presser, that John Cena actually flew in from Budapest, and he was flying out to another country to continue filming. WWE has to do this final run perfectly, and I'm still trying to comprehend how they're going to pull this off, because the whole storyline is John Cena sold his soul to The Rock. Not only is John Cena part-time, The Rock is part-time as well. Will it be possible for the WWE to have both of them work the same dates? And with the way they planted the seed, you almost cannot have John Cena appear without The Rock next to him, because the whole storyline, the whole preface of it, is John Cena sold his soul to The Rock. And also with this, you cannot choose the wrong opponents, you cannot choose the wrong storylines, because you do not get a redo. This is the final year that John Cena will wrestle. And turning him heel was a ballsy decision, as some people who are watching WWE now weren't even alive the last time John Cena was a heel. Every single thing about this heel turn has to be done to perfection. And honestly, it's a daunting task for Triple H. And I am clearly not Triple H, but I thought it would be fun to book John Cena's heel run, ending the year and all of his career. So obviously right now the build to Mania is underway, where we will see John Cena versus Cody. And I wanted to touch base on how you take John Cena's first appearance as a heel. And he is not announced until any programming until March 17th, which is kind of crazy. That's what, 2-3 weeks after he turned heel, making fans wait. I understand he's filming, but also, come on, John. But how do you make fans turn on John Cena after him being a babyface for over 21 years? You use the most beloved man in the WWE. You use R-Truth. March 17th, R-Truth will be in the ring, saying that John Cena, that video from Elimination Chamber of him attacking Cody Rhodes, it was AI, and his childhood hero would never do that. And WWE should give R-Truth a long leash in the segment and let him do what he does best. And as R-Truth is speaking, a brand new theme starts playing, and nobody knows who it is, but then out comes John Cena. New gear, new theme, completely new John Cena. A version we have never seen before. And John Cena enters the ring, and he grabs the mic, and he starts talking. And with this, they should give John Cena and R-Truth full control over this segment. Let them do what they do best and create comedy gold. But the end of the segment has to have John Cena beating the absolute crap out of R-Truth. And I think that is the best way to make fans turn on John Cena. Now, leading into WrestleMania, obviously you have Cody Rhodes being livid with Cena for turning his back on all of the fans. And at WrestleMania 41, in the main event of Night 2, Cody Rhodes can finally get his hands on the man that betrayed him and hundreds of thousands of fans. And Cody will have Cena beat 3 crossroads. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, and then The Rock's music hits. The Rock gets involved with the ref, allowing Cena to deliver a knockout blow to Cody with the Rolex that he gifted The Rock, or The Rock gifted him. I forget how that actually went. And new. John Cena has broken the record and is now a 17-time world champion. He has officially surpassed Ric Flair. Now, one thing with this reign, you have a lot of time constraints. You have about 9 months with John Cena until he retires, but also working with a part-time schedule. And those two things are very difficult to do because within this, you have to have a heel run, but ultimately it's going to end on a babyface run as well, ending John Cena's career and closing the chapter on that time in his life. And you have 9 months with a part-time schedule. So how do you do that? Well, feuds cannot go multiple pay-per-views. They have to be a one and done. After one ends, another feud starts if you want to get the best storylines possible. You cannot have a 3-4 month long feud because that gives you 5 months left with still having to have Cena drop the title, turn on The Rock, be a babyface, and finish his career. It's almost impossible to do. So we have Cena being undisputed champion after WrestleMania. Leading into WrestleMania Backlash, you have Seth Rollins call out John Cena. If there's one man in the WWE that hates The Rock the most, it's Seth Rollins, and we saw a lot of signs of that last year. WrestleMania Backlash, we get Seth Rollins versus John Cena for the Undisputed Championship, with, of course, Cena ultimately coming out on top. Now, following WrestleMania Backlash, the next pay-per-view on the list is Money in the Bank. WWE has an opportunity to fill a football stadium with one match and one match only, and that is CM Punk versus John Cena. A callback to Money in the Bank 2011. However, this time, John Cena will be walking in as a heel and CM Punk as a babyface. And I feel that throughout this reign, you have to have The Rock involved, and that's why I believe this match should be a ladder match. In the end, The Rock would handcuff CM Punk to the ring ropes, giving Cena the easy win to climb the ladder after the match. Now, after the match is over, John Cena and The Rock would go to beat down CM Punk. Midway through the beatdown, we hear the music of the one, the only, our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And that is another callback to Money in the Bank 2021 when John Cena returned to confront Roman Reigns as a heel. And ultimately, that led to Roman Reigns versus John Cena at SummerSlam. Now, I think we do the same thing again. This time around, though, it's going to be a heel John Cena versus a babyface Roman Reigns. A match dynamic I thought we would never see. And this is ultimately where the old bloodline and the new bloodline get involved, which will set up Rock versus Roman towards the end of 2025, and that can carry into WrestleMania 42 next year. However, this is where everything falls apart. After the match is said and done, the OG bloodline is laid out. Roman Reigns is in the ring surrounded by all of his demons. The Rock, John Cena, and the new bloodline. And they beat down Roman Reigns. They beat him to a pulp, and The Rock sets Roman Reigns up for a concerto. And as he goes, he lifts the chair up and goes to swing, but he stops for a second, and he hands that chair to John Cena. So he is making John Cena do the concerto, telling him to finish him, to end Roman Reigns once and for all. And John Cena goes for it, but he hesitates. John Cena has finally come to realize what he has done. Everything that he has done throughout these past couple of months being a heel, and he can ultimately not do it. He cannot do the concerto as this is just pushing it too far. And then John Cena goes for the concerto, but he swings and he hits The Rock instead, and he lays out the OG bloodline. Following the betrayal, The Rock is absolutely livid. He wants to take everything away from John Cena. He sold his soul, and once you sell your soul to the devil, you cannot buy your soul back. So, The Rock forces John Cena to face an opponent of his choosing at Crown Jewel. Now, keep in mind, we are going into a almost corporate angle here with John Cena. He sold his soul to The Rock. The Rock is on the table of TKO. So that is where this comes into fruition. Because for a while now, everyone has been talking about corporate Rock. The Rock abusing his power, and I think this time he will abuse his power, setting us up for Crown Jewel, where The Rock ultimately makes John Cena face Jacob Fatu. Now, during the match at Crown Jewel, The Rock gets involved, and he ultimately costs John Cena the Undisputed Championship. So now Jacob Fatu is the Undisputed Champion, but John Cena is lost after Crown Jewel. He lost everything he has worked these past 21 years to get. And The Rock congratulates Jacob Fatu the following week on SmackDown, and John Cena comes to the ring and attacks The Rock and challenges him to a match. The Rock and Cena is the go-to plan. That has to be the final match. And leading up to this, John Cena he's lost because he's lost everything. He lost the Undisputed Championship. He lost all of his allies. He is nobody but himself. He does not have the fans on his side because he betrayed them. He betrayed everybody, and John Cena is going into his final match with absolutely nothing to lose. Now, I think WWE should set up a pay-per-view just like they did with Dean Ambrose's last match, except this is John Cena's retirement match. And it will be against the final boss, The Rock. And this was arguably Cena's biggest feud throughout his career as well. John Cena and The Rock, they had multiple WrestleMania matches. They had multiple feuds throughout the years, but this time it is a John Cena with nothing to lose, nobody behind him, trying to regain the trust of the roster and the fans, and ultimately John Cena comes out on top, and that closes the chapter on John Cena and his WWE career.